You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Yes, people, what's poppin'? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well. The day after completing the double against Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea's injury-plagued team with a bunch of children on the bench besting a good Tottenham side at home in the Premier League. Tactically solid, performance application solid, and Pochettino coming out with some strange words afterwards, sounding like he feels like he might be sacked. Maybe. Mental. Also, Chelsea are looking at Fulham defender Tosin. And what's going on with Messinho? Are we really bidding 55 million for this kid? Lots to get into today. Thank you for joining me. If you do want to support the content, super simple. Simply like and subscribe. If you do choose to subscribe because you like my content, then make sure you hit the bell notifications icon so you get notified when I upload. Now take a moment and listen to this. Fear not, vulnerable internet people. This video is brought to you by Surfshark. That's right, friends. My long-term sponsor, Surfshark, are out here to look after you. They are the best VPN around, virtual private network. Loads of servers over loads of different countries. And if you're yet to get a VPN, or if you just need a better one, now's the time. You probably know now, virtual private networks work by moving your identity to somewhere else in the world that you choose, which has multiple benefits. One, of course, being internet security. In the world where everyone's watching you, wouldn't it be nice to just have private browsing? Surfshark can offer you that. It can also prevent those data pirates from finding you and stealing your data. Finally, freedom from the fraudulent data pirates. It's also great for unlocking media. Certain videos, often in football, you'll get rejected upon trying to watch because it's not available in your region. Well, now you can use Surfshark, click over to the desired country, and immediately, within seconds, that piece of content is unlocked for you, dear sweet viewer. And it's not just individual videos either. I always like to reference how I utilize it often on Netflix. That's right, the popular streaming platform. I often pop over from the UK to the USA's version of Netflix, which then unlocks all the shows and movies that are available in the USA Netflix catalogue, which of course are always changing, and you can just hop back to the UK or another country when you want to. It's time to get Surfshark, guys, and because you're a viewer of my channel Football Therapy, you can get 3 months free when you use my code FOOTBALL on surfshark.com. That's right, 3 months free when you use my code FOOTBALL. If you want to check it out, simply click the link in the top of the description now. Go and utilize this wonderful offer from Surfshark and finally get that VPN that you haven't got yet. Peace! Brilliant! Check out Surfshark, amazing deal. Click link in description. Alright then, let's get into it. Starting off with Tosin, the Fulham defender. He's on Chelsea's radar as well as other top European clubs like Milan. Now Tosin has been excellent for Fulham. He's going in the summer on a free transfer. So actually, this represents a really good opportunity for Chelsea, who won't have too much money to throw around and are looking at a centre-back. Now, many of you will be thinking, do we really need a centre-back, Jan? And I'm probably thinking, I don't know anymore. I don't know if our defence is bad because systemically we've been poor this season, or our defenders just aren't up to it. But the truth is, Trevoh Chalobah's looking wicked, and he's probably going to be sold, which is very, very sad. Also, we've got excellent young defenders like Fofana and Colwill. And we've got the 2 French Monaco centre-backs, which eventually will become Chelsea centre-backs in Disasi and Badiashile. And it's not like we even play with 3 centre-backs. Do we really need him? Looking at Tosin's player data on Transfermarkt, as you can see, he's 26 years old. Chelsea have reportedly scrapped their 25 and under rule, with letting a few senior experienced players in. Tosin is an England-Nigeria international, he's a centre-back, he's right-footed, and he's very imposing. He's a tall, big defender, and maybe actually would be a great opportunity to sign this guy on a free transfer. Look, as far as I'm concerned, guys, if we are wanting to get a centre-back and we can get a Premier League proven centre-back in his prime for free, who won't have to move house because he probably already lives in Fulham, could be a good deal. Let me know what you think. Comment down below on Chelsea potentially signing Tosin on a free transfer. And let's move on. Alright, everyone talking about the Palmeiras sensation, Estevão Willian, or Messinho as they call him. Bruno Andrade, this journalist here, tweeted that we are putting a bid in for him for 30 million euros fixed, with 25 million euros in add-ons, saying that Chelsea could pay up to 55 million euros for this young teenager from Palmeiras. Now, Chelsea, of course, we love young teenagers from South America. That's our new business model, right? Right? Well, Fabrizio Romano has come out and said actually Chelsea haven't made an official offer for Messinho just yet. Of course, we've already signed the likes of Kendrick Pires, Andre Santos, these young players that we're getting when they're teenagers that, really, that Chelsea think are undervalued, massive talents despite costing a lot of money. But we've seen this trend already happening a little bit more. Of course, we saw Endrick go to Real Madrid for 60 million. As a 16-year-old, which is just incredible. But apparently that's where the way the wind is blowing, I guess. So this is supposed to be a really talented kid. I would be pleased to hear we're not going to spend 55 million euros on a young teenager, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the kind of business that you look back at in a couple of years and these players are worth well over 100 million. And it's all intelligent, good business. We'll see. We've got a couple of gems so far, and Gusto and Palmer, Kendrick Pires does look like he's going to be amazing, so maybe let them cook. Yeah. Still, I'll be keen to learn what you guys have to say about this transfer, so please do leave your thoughts in the comments, and I look forward to learning your insights. Okay, so we're going to move on and cite an article from The Athletic from Liam Twomey talking about Pochettino after that victory against Spurs. Of course, Poch came out and made some comments about not knowing if he's going to be given time to settle things. Got a lot of people thinking he definitely chose his moment there, didn't he? After doing the double over our most fearsome rival. Well, not fearsome, but our biggest rival, Spurs. It was a good opportunity for him after a great performance to utilise the platform and be like, well, you gotta give me time. Anyway, let's read what Twomey has written. The first week of May is not a typical moment to herald a turning point in a team's season, but Pochettino saw something in Chelsea's performance against Tottenham that convinced him his players have finally grasped the meaning of the message he has been delivering for much of this troubled campaign. He said this, quote, "It's the first time in this season that I feel really so happy because it's the moment that, after 10 months, the team's really started to realise how we need to compete." It was a combative performance matched by Pochettino's attitude after the final whistle, the Argentine offering what felt like a challenge to the club owners to back him to oversee their long-term project, saying, "Enough is enough. All managers need time to translate their ideas and philosophy. More when the team is like this. We need to have time, but it's not my decision." Yeah, I get it, and I dig how he's defending himself as well. And yes, the mitigating circumstances have been profound. Like I said yesterday, our injured 11, in fact our injured 14, that's a squad, 11 and 3 subs, was much stronger than the team we put out. Of course we've got Cole Palmer and Caicedo in the team that we put out, and Jackson, etc. But still, look at the players we're missing. These senior, awesome, talented, effective players. But, is that only on the medical team? Or is that also on Pochettino's training methods? I don't know. I'm posing the question. And also, while I do want to come to Pochettino's defence, I also want to explain how early doors in the season you were like, Chelsea, you gotta win, it's Chelsea. You've got your squad, you've got your pre-season, you got your investment, you got, the deadwood cleared out, you've got a full week to train, no Europe, you ain't got many excuses. Granted, these sort of excuses came with the injuries, but it's not like he's the massive victim here. I want to be impartial, but, we need to remember that. And yes, he does deserve sympathy. You had people like, Gary Neville and Redknapp as well, both saying, it would be insane, it would be madness to sack Pochettino. I've referenced Andy Brassel, the football pundit, analyst guy, saying, it would be insane to sack Pochettino. None of these guys are Chelsea fans, they're looking from the outside in. And maybe there's something to that, but I still understand people's frustrations with Pochettino's coaching throughout this season. Let's read on. Displays like Thursday nights should help. Chelsea brought a bristling, boundless energy to this London derby from the first minute to the last, swarming to turn Tottenham over repeatedly close to their penalty area and scrambling to snuff out dangerous attacks around their own box. The result was that, despite only having 37.9% possession, this game rarely felt out of Chelsea's control. I'd argue the beginning segment of the second half we were getting battered a little bit, but maybe we were just soaking up the pressure, knowing that our opportunity would come again to impose ourselves on the enemy, and we did that. It was a great performance. I saw that backline and I was like, there is no way we are keeping a clean sheet against that Tottenham attack with their available players, with our recent injury record, with the personnel we've put out here. There ain't no way. There ain't a snowball's chance in hell, but we did it! The defenders attacked. Chalobah and Cucure's subtle screen on Brennan Johnson to get a clear run to meet Conor Gallagher's free kick. With a towering header that opened the scoring, the attackers defended. After the match, Pochettino singled out the, quote, unbelievable Noni Madueke for his effort in helping Gilchrist deal with the dangerous Son Heung-min. The whole team was connected. True, and Noni Madueke absolutely deserves his flowers. I dug him out a little bit in the Aston Villa game. I know he's been effective offensively, but both the goals came down his side in that game. And of course, I think he was playing ahead of Gilchrist there as well. He didn't offer him any protection. He absolutely did against Tottenham. Chelsea have rarely looked like this under Pochettino, a fact he attributes almost weekly to, quote, the circumstances, or the reality we are living. This includes an endlessly debilitating injury crisis, a squad overloaded with youth, and, at times, simple misfortune. Poch said this: the process we're talking is about time and some luck to have this type of result that gives belief to the players and help in this way. But if this moment is as significant for the bigger development of his Chelsea team as their head coach suggests, what next? 4 matches remain before co-sporting directors Stuart and Winstanley conduct their evaluation of Pochettino's season, with active engagement, of course, from Bowley and Igbali. Strong finish could yet see Chelsea finish 6th and European qualification, most likely though for the Europa League Conference, and of course that's well within their reach. Yet despite the repeated insistence at Stamford Bridge that no definitive judgment of Pochettino will be made until the season is over, it's difficult to imagine anything in these last 4 games decisively moving the needle when so much of the season is in the books. True, but if we play 4 wins for the rest of the season, so 5 wins on the bounce, looking really good, finishing strongly, and like Nkunku comes back and scores a goal, Reece James gets a couple of assists and comes back, the mood will be hella different, and they absolutely will take that into account. You have to. It is a massive 4 games. I know what Toomey's saying here is it's not this 4 games, it's the season, it's the data they will analyse him by. But I feel like the optics of this last 4, because, we could have done really well, finished in top 4, nowhere near the title, but we won't drop out of top 4, and then all the players are on the beach and we sort of, float for the rest of the season with bad performances. Like, that won't matter. You'll look at the whole season. But it's kind of like the opposite way around here. I think these 4 games massively will matter. You can check out the rest of Liam Toomey's article on The Athletic. I wanted to reference that bit. He also went on Pochettino and says, I don't know. Essentially saying, look, I don't know if I'll be given time. I don't know. He's not been like, yeah, of course, this is a project. This is a process. It's long term. Me and the sporting directors understand. In fact, actually, recently he says, oh yeah, we don't really talk much anymore. Like him and the sporting directors, when they used to speak all the time. You can see that 2 ways. 1, they're just letting him do his job because things aren't going so great. 2, they're like, yeah, we're not so friendly with you anymore because we're thinking about a new guy, a new project. We're going to talk to Thiago Motta or Ruben Amorim or whoever is your potential managerial candidate moving forwards. He deserves credit, Pochettino. He's not a bad manager. We've been awful without the ball for the majority of the season. It's inescapable. We've got to be honest with ourselves. No way near good enough. And there's been moments when we can't attack, but generally the attack's been good. Much better than Potter. And we've reached Wembley twice in 2 different competitions. That is good. That would have been the target would have been to win them, but meeting them is not the minimum requirement, but definitely a positive. Of course, if we finish the season in 6th, that will be very hard. You're sort of relying on us winning every game and opposition not winning every game, essentially. But 7th, Conference League is achievable. But if we finish 6th, and then you look at the season, you say, right, well, they got top 6. They went from 12th under Graham Potter to 6th. Went up, they literally halved halved? Maths? You know what I mean? We went up 6 places, and they reached Wembley twice. You'd have to go, oh, okay. What about the squad? Are they starting to gain harmony? Well, they had a lot of injuries, but they sort of know what they're doing now. Okay, that's passable. That's probably par. It's not like great, but it's probably par. So therefore, let's go again. What do they need? Oh, a striker, maybe a goalkeeper. Let's get them that in the summer. See if they can push up into the top 4 and win a cup. That's the next step. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the positive trend that they will be hoping to see. The main thing to consider here is the instability, additional instability of changing coaches again. Apparently the players like the coach. You know, they are a bunch of kids though. Do you want to keep the bunch of kids happy, or do you want to do what's right? I'm still on the fence. I know it shouldn't be down to this, but I'm literally going to make my decision on Poch in and Poch out after these 4 games. A lot of you guys are Poch in regardless. You've told me on Instagram, and that's fine. I respect that. A lot of you are Poch out regardless. I respect all opinions in football. It's a game of opinions. But I'm going to be firmly on that fence until I make my own end of season review. So thanks for joining me, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do check out Surfshark if you're yet to get a VPN. Click the link in the top of the description. And I hope to see you guys back here soon. Peace.